Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, and welcome back to another Skyrim series here on the channel. This series is going to be built around our brand new build that we have just completed. Well, character-wise, we've not even done any of the missions or story or anything yet, but our character is pretty much fully done after today. And that is our Shadow Scale Assassin build. Now, how we came about this build was honestly just an idea that popped into my head. Wanted to play Skyrim, and this is honestly one of my favorite builds that I've ever done in all of Skyrim, and I've done tons of builds, so that says a lot. Today in this video we're going to be going over all the requirements for this build, what you need, skills, armor, weapons, all that good stuff, obviously the race, anything that you guys need to know about this build and how to go about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. First thing we'll start off with is weapons. So weapons that we are currently using: Arrows of the Dark Brotherhood. This is this build is also modded, by the way. This comes with a mod of the Dark Brotherhood. Definitely recommend. If you're a assassin like me, you get Arrows of the Dark Brotherhood, and you get 70,000 of them. So there you go with that. We're using the Dark Brotherhood Dagger, which the perks on this is absolutely insane. Deals bleeding damage that scales with the sneak skill, absorbs small amount of health over a great period of time, small chance to paralyze, and has attack speed slightly faster. So this thing is an absolute beast. We're just using a dagger and bow. That's all we're using. Separate hands, obviously, and it's overpowered, guys. It's definitely one of the most overpowered builds I think I've ever seen. I'm pretty much, if you sneak right, you can pretty much one to two shot anything. It's that overpowered. So whether you're going up behind them, behind the enemies, and just slitting their throats, or doing it from a distance with this absolutely amazing legendary assassin's bow, which has the electrocute damage scaling with the marksman skill, taking health, chance to cause the target to flee, small chance to paralyze, and a slightly quicker attack speed. Whether you're doing it with your dagger or your legendary assassin's bow, you are absolutely destroying the enemy from a distance, and they have no idea what hit them. They won't know where it came from until they're already sent to Sovngarde. They are already done and can't even react. So that's how powerful this build is, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. We have not even started any of the story or any of the missions yet, guys, and we've already almost completed our build just being level 50, and it's absolutely insane how fast and quick and easy this build is to complete, and that's why I want you guys to try it out for yourselves and give it a go. I've never done any of the sneak assassin type builds before, and this was definitely one that I needed to complete on my list, and it's become one of my favorite builds that I've ever done, so definitely recommend you guys trying this out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the armor while we're here. Just a simple Ancient Shrouded armor. This one increases your stamina by 60 points and increases your magic resistance by 40%. This one, the boots are wearer is muffled and moves silently. Sneaking is 40% better, and then the gloves has double sneak attack damage with one-handed weapons. One-handed attacks do 30% more damage. And then I'm wearing a shrouded hood down here that has 90% harder to detect. So this build's overpowered just with this armor on. We don't have the best armor rating. Once we get our smithing and stuff up the way we want it to, we'll be able to upgrade this to legendary and have a little bit better of an armor rating. But really, you don't even necessarily need armor for this build, as if you do your sneak right and you always get behind the enemy or do it from a distance and never become detected, you don't need armor because nothing's going to attack you. So it really depends on your playstyle and how you go about this build. It does not require armor, though, if you're really good at being a sneaky assassin. I have this on because it just looks good for the build, and the perks on this are absolutely insane, and I love how the Dark Brotherhood stuff looks, so I threw it on anyway. So there's that. So that's the weapons and armor. That's really about the only two main things that you need for this build. You don't really need much. Let's go ahead and take a look at our skills now while we're in here. I'm working on pickpocket and speech right at the moment. Those are the last two skills that I need for this build. Lock picking, we have all of those done except for the last little set there, and we're going to get that done in the next coming levels. Our sneak obviously is 100, and a definite must is this entire left-hand side. I would start with getting all of those, especially silent roll here, because when you're crouching and you go to sprint, you do a silent roll forward, and it's very overpowered if you are trying to get out of combat or trying to roll away from an enemy, or if you've been spotted, whatever. You can roll away and become undetected very, very quickly if you have this silent roll. So definitely work on the left-hand side of the sneak skill tree first before you go over here. This mainly focuses on your one-handed weapons, sneak attacks, and your daggers, total 15% more damage. So I would definitely work on the left-hand side first and get your 5 out of 5 stealth as well. Light armor, we don't have any points into that except for the agile defender. We still need to get all of these, but like I said, we're going to work on that as well. And then obviously we have our archery maxed out. We have a few more points to put into here, but we've gotten at least one into every perk, and we're still going to work on that. And then our one-handed, I would just go right up the middle and then maybe to the end with paralyzing strike at the end of this. I wouldn't worry too much about this because you're not using war axes, so don't waste the points. You're not using maces here, so you don't need that either. And attacks with swords, you're not using swords. And then the critical charge, the one-handed power attack while sprinting, you're not going to be sprinting around like a madman, so you don't really need this either. And then the entire right-hand side has to do with dual wielding, and you're not doing that either. So I would not fully put every single perk into this tree. I would just mainly focus again on the left-hand side to the end. I would not focus on anything else in the skill tree. So we got that out of the way. Like I said, our smithing and enchanting we're going to put points into as well. And then that's pretty much it, guys. There's honestly not a lot here. And then our alchemy, I did this for the poison effects that we were putting on our weapons, and I still might do that to some point. But honestly, I wouldn't even worry about this until you're completely almost done with your build as far as getting the other skills first. I would worry about the other ones first before you mess with that. So that's the skills. Like I say, guys, very, very simple. You do not need a lot for this build, and how overpowered it is for the very little that you need is absolutely insane. So now we're going to go ahead and put this to the test and show you guys as how overpowered this thing can be. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate the silent roll here for you guys. So let's say I want to go to sprint. There it is, the silent roll forward. So it's very, you go forward a lot, and you can get away from an enemy with a few rolls, and they will not know where you are again, and you can come back behind them and stab them in the back with a dagger, or you can try to get away from them and do it from a range with your amazing legendary assassin bow that you have, and it's overpowered as heck, either one of them. So I believe the giants here we just killed, so they're probably not respawned yet. I was gonna go ahead and try them out here, but I see that they have not respawned, so we'll just wait a little while. We'll wait 12 hours and see if they have respawned by then. And it's always good when it's nighttime out because it definitely makes you a lot harder to detect. You blend in with the shadows. That's why I call it the shadow scale build, because it's an Argonian, so he's got scales, but he lurks in the shadows. So shadow scale definitely fits the name for this build for sure. Okay, so there is a mammoth over here. I wonder if we could try the sneak attack on this mammoth. Let's go ahead and try this out here. I think we'll go ahead and try the bow with this one, just because it's not very like, what am I trying to say, like, logical, I guess. So let's go ahead and draw our bow back, aim the bow, and so yeah, it got him down to a very small amount, and 2 shots the mammoth is down. So, and here comes his buddy, and he's gonna want to kill me, and I'm gonna miss my shots like crazy. So there's that one, and 2, he's almost down. I didn't pull that back all the way, is why I did not kill him. 3, he is down. Here comes the mom, and she looks madder than heck. She's gonna charge at me, and there it is, right in the nose to finish her off. So 3 mammoths with 6 shots. pretty overpowered and did not have to get out of sneak at all. And we get our arrows back. So just like that, guys, just doing it from a distance, I would have been able to one-shot any bandit or anything like that. You guys already know how the mammoth is already pretty strong for health-wise, and the fact that we two-shotted her, every single one of those mammoths, is absolutely insane. So now let's go ahead and pull out our dagger, because I love how the Dark Brotherhood dagger looks. And I love how this build looks, guys. I'm just so amazed with how this build has turned out. And then you can take your arrows off and right back to being a sneaky little assassin. And that's basically how the build works, guys. If you guys enjoyed the build video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We're going to be going all the way through the story, all the DLCs, all that good stuff with this build. So that's why I wanted to start off the series with the build, explaining what's going on, what build we're going to be doing for the series, so you guys know what to expect. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun sneaking around a bunch of places, going up behind people and stabbing them in the throat and doing all kinds of good stuff with this build. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, this is Shadow Scale signing off.